900 category, but yes, it would be to assist the county mayor's office on joint debt service fund.
Do you feel the need that you need somebody to try this, Mayor, for this? I know you're closed on ribbon cuttings and the senior citizen activity, correct?
For what?
Do you still close for the ribbon cuttings and the senior citizen activities? The mayor's office?
I do, I don't know what you're asking.
Do you, is this a service that you feel that you need in the mayor's office?
It doesn't have to be, no.
Okay.
It can be under any, wherever you need.
Okay. Next question is, we're creating a position. Is that not something that we normally post?
Should.
So, you know, and then the next question is policies and procedures. And from my understanding, with the policies and procedures, this is something that we want to make sure that they're held accountable in court. Could you not draw up the policies and procedures, Mr. Coker? For a hotel motel tax?
I'm sure that we probably could do that, yes.
Okay, so there's that. And then who's gonna make sure that once the
Who will
policy?
be given the guidelines for that?
Well, we would have to see what the guidelines are available, you know, as far as that goes, but, I mean, we don't, like I said, we're looking at drawing up, from my understanding of reading that is, we're looking at drawing up policies and procedures. That way, if we're trying to collect on hotel motel tax that's not being collected, that we had to take them to court, it'll stand good in court. From my, that's the way I understand it. Then the next question is, I mean, Mr. Potter, I'm not trying to drag you in this, but I know we've talked, and you're busy with liquid tax year-round. And so who's gonna, once we draw these policies and procedures up, who's gonna make sure that we're collecting on the hotel motel tax? I know we've got somebody there, but she's got the liquid tax, she's got the wheel tax, and the hotel motel tax. So my concern is it's not gonna be, this isn't gonna be a job that's gonna be temporary. You know, the temporariness bothers me, not posting a job bothers me. We're making a full-time position for a temporary position. I mean, there's a lot of flaws in that job right there.
I've got a question.
When it gets finished first.
But that's my, there's no, from my understanding, is the county clerk would be the one that would make sure that we are collecting hotel motel tax. They would be over that person, my understanding. So, you know, or is the clerk office going to hire somebody else to make sure that's done? Because, I mean, the person we got right now is doing 3 jobs. You put this on top of her, you're gonna, I mean, there's just a lot of flaws in that I don't feel comfortable voting yes on right now.
Anything else, Dwayne?
Not at this moment.
I have a
Beverly?
question. Where would Jeff be working? Would he be working from home like Pam does? She's the only county employee that works from home. Will we have 2 working from home now, or have you found a place to work?
I don't know the answer to that question.
Because we've discussed.
Chairman.
Just a second.
We've all talked that Pam, should have an office. And she don't, she works from home. But she's a county employee, and we all get up at 8 o'clock, come to work, get off at 4:30. I feel she should, but if you found him a place to work, you need to put Pam there. She said she's already employed, have him somewhere else where he's gonna work from home too. It's not right, it's just not right.
Anything else, Bev?
I'm sure he's just.
Just a second, Scott. Rest of the news.
We had a meeting the other night, and actually I was here for a different meeting, actually filled in for delinquent tax. And we've been kicking this around for 6 or 8 years about the hotel motel tax. And it seems like we kick it and the can don't move. And we keep coming back and kicking it. We know we've been told we're probably missing out close to $1 million. We're not collecting it. It was brought to the table to let Jeff draw up these specifics. And it's a good idea, we've not did anything yet. Now, with talking with Mr. Marlow, he actually wants to help the county, but he don't want to stay here long. That's why it's set up for a year. Wants to get these policies and procedures. But not only that, when you go through and you start looking at all the various things he's going to be doing, we've got projects that's underway, multi-million-dollar projects that's going to have to be overseen. And I don't think it's fair to our new finance director to be undertaking them anyway. So the biggest thing is dealing with this hotel motel tax. It's moving it forward where we can control it and actually try to bring in some revenue for the county. And I think what was mentioned in the meeting, Chairman Atkins held the meeting, I think Jeff's going to be in an office place in the EMS building for following, and he's going to be working from there. He's not going to be at the finance, he's not going to be home, he's going to be working from that office, and then he's working for the mayor on his part. So I think our part was $53,000, I think. We're missing out on, we missed out on for years. Every county that I've talked to over the last couple of years, Larry Waters, and you know Larry, he was from Sevier County Mayor, been mayor for 100 years. And we had this discussion in Nashville about hotel motel tax, and he said Sevier County wasn't missing out on me. He come back about 6 months ago and apologized to me. He said, we are missing. So they're reviewing all their policies and procedures on it too. And they're not, we're missing what we're missing, close to $1 million. Just think how much they're missing. So we're going to keep dragging and kicking this can, and we're not going to do nothing about trying to get the revenue in. The temporary position, I don't think, Dwayne, that we have to advertise for a temporary position. The county commission is always advertised for full-time positions. In my eyes, you couldn't find nobody else no better to draw it up than Jeff. Jeff is not one that you have to worry about getting the projects done. He hasn't since I've been here 20 years. So I'm going to support this because it's going to help us get revenue in. And we've got more than that. We've got things going on with Jacksboro Carroll that's Jeff's been handling for the last 2 years, trying to get that taken care of. So anyway, I've got some more questions about other things. Once you just move on, Johnny, I need to come back to.
Scott, you have a question?
I'm like Dwayne, this is an $84,000 a year position. If y'all remember, we had a company come and try to sell us a program that will teach us or how to, we can find out what's being rented, how much we're missing out on. But that company plainly stated that they will not be the ones collecting. Johnny, you remember, Rusty, you remember. The best person that needs to be drawing up the guidelines would be our attorney. Like Dwayne said, we need someone that's going to be able to represent us in court. That's our attorney. I mean, $84,000 a year when you come from a position that you've held for 30 years, and you get put into another position for $84,000. Hell, that's not bad in my book. I mean, and if you're going to do this, you can draw up all kinds of guidelines. We can about the program to tell us how to achieve it, how to accomplish it. Hell, if you ain't got nobody to go collect it, why buy the program? Why have guidelines? I mean, you're the person. If you're going to do something, have one person that's going to collect it, going to get the guidelines, make sure they're being followed. Why create this position and have to have somebody else to do the other position?
Mr. Chairman. Well, just a second, Scott's got the floor.
And, you know, this position, like Dwayne said, and Richard answered it, it's a full-time position. And all full-time positions are posted. Contrary to what you might believe, but they are posted. So,
Any other questions?
that's all.
Just let me go. Okay, David, get back to you. David?
Folks, this commission, a little over 2 years ago, was ready to spend $25,000 for the software and an ongoing payment of $10,000 a year for that software for those people to monitor that. Now, when we had our delinquent tax meeting, Scott, I see you shaking your head, and this is,
We voted on it, it passed. We didn't vote to even buy the software.
it didn't even come up because
It didn't come
the
up.
delinquent tax
That's why,
committee,
because
it didn't come out of the
$10,000 a
committee.
year, there's a lot of questions.
And I'm not trying to contradict you all, you all get to say your piece, so I get to say mine, right? This commission has kicked this around, like Rusty said, for beyond 6 years. And there's no clear path that anybody, including myself, has presented to being able to collect what we're not collecting. We've had many people come down here and say that you're missing out on monies, but we don't really know if we're missing out on any or not. I believe we are, and I think everybody in this room believes we are. Now, this position that we're talking about, Mr. Marlow's agreed to accept, is not just the hotel motel tax. There's about $750,000 hanging in the balance on these other projects that he knows every in and out of that he's gonna collect for this county. That would be hard for any person to come in and pick up and know all of the history behind all those projects and behind all that money. It's $500,000 just in Carroll Jasper alone. Then you add on the hotel motel tax policies and procedures that he would develop. I can tell you right now, I've sit down here now going on 8 years, and I know most of you've been here longer. And Joe's worked with Jeff probably for 30+ years. There's not one person in this county or in this state that I could think of that could create a policy and procedure for collecting hotel motel tax and make it more airtight than our former finance director, Jeff Marlow. Now, I'm not trying to blow smoke up his hind end. His work speaks for itself. Day in and day out, he has created policies and procedures. Every policy and procedure that we have in a county right now, guess who wrote it? Every single one, probably including the school system. So, I understand everybody's point of view. It's a temporary position. I don't see no need to have to try to bring on somebody else. And somebody said, well, who's gonna collect that? We're not the regulatory authority on that. It does lay with the clerk. But before we can decide how we wanna do that or what we're gonna do about that, we have to have a clear path to be able to do it. Once these things are developed and we have a clear path to what we know we need, then this commission, it may not be this commission, but the future commissions can decide to say, is this something that we want Pam to handle? Is it too big for Pam to handle? Do we have to hire a part-time person, a full-time person? That's something that's to be taken up later, after these things are complete. So, I understand everybody's point, and it's well said, everybody well said, but I'll be supporting the going forward with this.
Ms. Bell?
Okay, we've sat here for 2 years and correct me if I'm wrong, and talked about how much money we're losing on hotel motel. And everybody here said we need a full-time employee for that hotel motel tax. I don't know about procedures, we never discussed that or anything, but it wouldn't be too hard to come up with some procedures. But everybody here said we need a full-time, and you keep saying we got part-time, it's gonna be part-time. And, did we all not say we need a full-time employee? And we even talked about, what about hiring a full-time employee, what we would need to do. And all of a sudden, Jeff Marlow's retired, let's put Jeff in there. Let's give him the money that he asked for to stay as their finance director that we wouldn't agree to. Let's find him some more money somewhere else. That's how I look at it.
Mr. Chairman.
Makes sense, don't it?
Go ahead.
Did y'all like Jeff?
No, I've got some
I will
other
say
stuff.
this.
Go ahead.
I'm not finished. I like Jeff, and I would have never voted to get rid of him as their finance director, but I had to vote no against this.
Rusty, the other way.
I've got some other stuff, they still want to talk on this.
Yeah, I want to respond to what was said.
Go ahead.
I don't disregard the fact that Mr. Marlow can do this and be well qualified for it. However, I do have a problem with us creating a full-time position, whether it's temporary or not, and not posting the position to give somebody the opportunity to apply for it. And also, if we have an attorney, an elected attorney, that is more than capable of the documents for the policies and procedures to save this county money, why are we not doing that? I mean, that's common sense, people.
Why would we do
That's 2 + 2 = 4. I mean, it's common sense. Let's, if we're gonna be stewards of taxpayer dollars, let's use a little common sense. I'm done.
Anything else?
No.
Anything else on this topic? Now we move on.
Had something, Joe.
Joe?
Right here.
Oh, I'm sorry, Joe.
Do we have any kind of estimate of how much money we're not getting, you know, how much we're losing out on?
Millions and millions.
The only thing we've ever been told, and that was by the people that's wanting to sell us the software, is that we were looking at over $1 million that we were losing.
Wouldn't it be worth spending some money to get the $1 million?
Agree.
Would you want to post a job, or would you want to go ahead and give it to someone?
And would you want a full-time position, or would you want a part-time position that saves the county money when you
Looks
have
to me
an
like it
attorney?
might be a full-time position.
But you have an attorney that can do the policies and procedures that saves.
All right, we're not gonna fuss today. Coach, you have the floor. Anything
We
else?
beat this thing around for years and years.
Yes, we have.
I already probably lost millions of dollars. Do something.
it? Is it too late to take that one out?
No,
No, it is, we've already discussed it, Beth. We should run on the front end.
We'll do it next time.
9-10.
9-10, okay, moving on.